Hi, welcome back to Pottery with an Engineer. This video covers coiling. So the reason you'd want to coil is to make a coil pot or something of different shape. And also if you're making slab work, you put a coil in the corner just to give it a bit of strength, and if you want to cut the corner off and give it a decorative effect. Right, let's get into it. So to start off making a coil, you want your clay to be soft and plastic so it doesn't crack and give you problems when you roll it. And you're just going to bash it into a ball, take a piece of clay off. And then the first bit I normally just do in my hands, so rolling my hands together and just to get it into the right sort of shape. So if you've got a large flat spot like that, when you're rolling, so what you do is you just roll where it's thick until you get it round again. When you get on the squares, you just roll around and then you slowly get it back into shape until you can roll it all nicely. Okay, now we're ready to begin with rolling. So the whole point of rolling is to make the clay longer. It's not actually, you don't actually roll it flat, you roll it out. So these two start at the same size, and what we're going to do is we're going to roll this out, and as it gets longer it's going to get thinner. So we start together, we roll it, and as you see I'm pulling my fingers apart, and that's making the clay longer and longer. So it's that pulling the clay apart. So the first part you can't get much of your fingers on it, and it takes a little bit longer, but then as you go it gets a little bit longer and longer, and you pull it across. Now the things you need to learn is, here you can see this part's thinner and thicker, so where it's thicker you go and you pull it apart, and where it's too thin you ignore it a bit until it becomes the same size. And then you work your way out, and you see my hand's always going apart, rolling the clay and pulling it apart. And as it gets longer and longer, it automatically gets thinner and thinner. And if you've got this flat part again, so you see it wants to go thump, 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 you just keep it on the hard spot. You don't roll it all the way around, but you just roll a little bit and you pull it apart, and that keeps it round again. And so it's not the easiest of skill, but it's an important one to learn. And just keep watching what you're doing, and there we've got a coil ready to use.